Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, can you hear me? Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Good evening to all of you. I'll
Yes,
read the
ma'am.
translation and each one of you can read one paragraph. The four prominent features of autumn are that there is no water in the sky. The weeds that grew here and there in the rainy season all wither away. The muddy roads and fields dry up, and the ponds of water become crystal clear. These four features of the autumn atmosphere are compared to the four orders of life. Very interesting. Please read Gokula Gaurangi.
In the Varnashrama system, the student goes to the ashrama of the master to take lessons from him and serve him even as a menial servant. The troubles of the student are at once mitigated when he attains transcendental knowledge in terms of his relation with Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As the white clouds no longer bear the burden of water in the autumn sky, the student finds that the troubles of drawing water for the master becomes a burdenless job if the student, by the grace of his master, attains to spiritual knowledge. Householders who beget children without restriction, like weeds in the rainy season, become solitary as soon as they attain to the stage of devotional service. The family planning of a godless civilization cannot check weed-like unwanted population. People should learn to check sex life by voluntary restraint. This voluntary restraint is possible when one is dovetailed with the service of the Lord. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Well-situated devotees of the Lord refrain from materialistic sense enjoyment, for they are attracted by the beauty of the transcendence. Forcible restraint by the regulative family planning or similar artificial means cannot work very long. One must be attracted by the transcendence. One can give up the inferior quality of enjoyment as soon as one receives a superior quality of spiritual enjoyment. So family planning is successful when one is engaged in the culture of human spirit.
The Vanaprasthas who voluntarily avoid cleaning themselves and who allow their beards and nails to grow no longer feel the discomfort of these burdens when they engage in the service of the Lord. And above all, the mendicants who take a vow to refrain from sex life no longer feel sexual urges when fixed in transcendental service of the Lord. Therefore, in all four spiritual orders and four grades of social life, devotional service to the Lord is essential. Without this relationship, all the regulative principles of Varna and Ashrama become burdensome duties, as they have in the age of Kali. When the regulative principles have no aim, the Varnas become a caste system and the Ashramas become the business of various shopkeepers. All these anomalies of the present social system can be reformed only by cultivation of the human spirit in the devotional service of the Lord. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Omagyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Can you hear me well?
Yes, Maharaj.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj.
Because I have a little problem with the system here. So, this is another analogy, as we've been hearing and seeing these brilliant analogies drawn from nature in Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto. And it is meant to actually teach us how to live a life. So, how to live a good life based on these principles of Varnashrama. And in these principles of Varnashrama, three things are happening in autumn. There is no water in the sky. The weeds that grew here and there wither away. Muddy fields, roads dry up, and the ponds of water become crystal clear. And right in the end, if you go to the end, can you scroll to the end, please? Right in the end, Prabhupada says very nicely there, therefore, in all four spiritual orders and four grades of social life, devotional service to the Lord is essential. Without this relationship, all the regulative principles of Varna and Ashrama become burdensome duties, as they have in the age of Kali. When the regulative principles have no aim, the Varnas become a caste system. The Ashramas become the business of shopkeepers, of various shopkeepers. All these anomalies of the present social system can be reformed only by cultivation of the human spirit and the devotional service of the Lord. That's the most important thing. The analogy drawn for four things that happen in the autumn season to four, ashramas is very interesting. The last one says the pond becomes very clear, and it means that in sannyas life, they're not pushed by any material urges anymore, and they are peaceful. They can completely focus on Krishna consciousness, completely focus on devotional service to the Lord. And before that is the analogy of all the ponds and roads and everything drying up, roads and muddy fields drying up. That is the Vanaprastha order. In the Vanaprastha order, you are following austerities, and all your so-called material desires are by austerity dried up, made to dry up. And you voluntarily do that. That is mentioned here. And then there is all the weeds and all of them drying up, withering away, it's mentioned. In Grihastha life, it's a very nice analogy given. Householders who beget children without restriction, like weeds in the rainy season, become solitary as soon as they attain to the stage of devotional service. The family planning of godless civilization cannot check weed-like unwanted population. People should learn to check sex life by voluntary restraint. This voluntary restraint is possible when one is dovetailed with the service of the Lord. So the weeds, like weeds grow everywhere, one should not engage in such a way in your family life that you have plenty of children. So many children that you can't look after them, can't pay attention to them. So it's mentioned that voluntary restraint in household life would automatically lead to family planning. Means that voluntary restraint can be done by indulging in the transcendental service of the Lord. When we indulge in the transcendental service of the Lord, automatically you will see that you don't have that type of attraction anymore. It's mentioned you become solitary. So in this way, there is an analogy drawn up, and the scientific nature of the structure of society is being spoken about. There's a scientific nature to society, that the Varna Ashrama Acharyavat Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Aradyate. The Varnashrama institution actually is finally meant to make your worship of the supreme absolute truth successful. And therefore your life becomes successful. You achieve the goal of life. If in the Varnashrama institution, Vishnu Parampadam means the Vishnu as the Parampadam, the supreme destination, is not there, then, like Prabhupada said, you'll become shopkeepers, you'll become businessmen, you lose the goal of life, you stop following the Varnashrama rules and regulations because it's not giving me the profit that I need in terms of money, name, fame, and material enjoyment. What is the use of following it? So the whole goal of life is changed. So Varnashrama rules and regulations are not required. They are thought to be caste system. Right now you have this huge dialogue going about Varnashrama being caste system. And you will see Dr. Ambedkar said this, and he did not like Hindus and their caste system and their denigration of Dalits. And therefore he became a Buddhist. He was a Dalit who rose to a great height. He did his PhD somewhere in London or somewhere, or America, I think. And then he came back and he became the man who wrote the Constitution along with the other people in a team, the main person. And he condemned Buddhism because he suffered under the in Hindu regime. Means the Brahmanas and all of them, they had also become corrupt. It was Kali Yuga. And so he judged Hinduism according to the corrupt Brahmins performing certain things, and the whole Varnashrama turning into becoming a caste system. He judged and said it's a caste system. Well, it's not meant to be a caste system. It became a caste system because they were no more following the rules for achieving Vishnu, for achieving the sole purpose, the goal of life. And therefore it became and degraded itself to a caste system. But that is not the goal of the Varnashrama, like I mentioned. Varnashrama Acharyavata Purushena Parapuman Vishnur Aradhyate. So that is not the Varnashrama system that Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. I have created the Varnashrama and I have done it according to Guna and Karma differences. That is, there are differences, material differences in this world. Accordingly, although everybody is equal spiritually, since they are enmeshed and embroiled very deeply materially, I have made this system so that using the material situation you are and the differences you are, you can lay down some rules and regulations and achieve the goal of life, which is Vishnu Paramam Padam. That is the goal. So it's not caste system. It's a very scientific structuring of human society so that people can get the real goal of life, which is love of God, reaching Vishnu's lotus feet, Vishnu Riyat Paramam Padam, as it is mentioned. So this should be understood. Varnashrama is originally not a caste system. It is degraded to a caste system. And the caste system has got all sorts of fallen people in it. There are Kshatriya Bandhus, there are Brahmana Bandhus. There are all sorts of fallen Brahmanas and Kshatriyas who are doing things which are not right because they are not centering it around God. They don't base it on Bhagavad Gita or the Bhāgavata or anything. They are basing it on the Western civilization and corruption that has come over a long period of time in Kali Yuga and spoiled the whole system. So in the ISKCON movement, Prabhupada said we have to revive Varnashrama system. We should do Daiva Varnashrama. We should keep the Lord in the center, and all sections of society, whether they are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudras, Vaishyas, will all get to serve the Supreme Lord according to their talent. A Shudra may be able to do physical work. A Brahmana may be able to do intellectual work for Krishna. He may be able to teach the scripture. And a Kshatriya may use his body physically and his power and take taxes and protect the people with an army and protect society so that they will all be on the track. In this way, the Vaishyas will conduct business. So each of them has a proclivity, an inclination, according to the modes, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. And they will do that as a service to Krishna. They will be accommodated in the Daiva Varnashrama system. And everybody will work according to their propensity and offer it as a service to the Lord. In this way, they'll become perfect. So devotional service can merge very well with Varnashrama system. Because originally it was designed for that mixed way. But now you can directly tell them it is devotional service to the Lord, and everybody will be happy to do, and they'll get their benefits for maintaining their family, for running their roti, kapda, makan very easily. It's not a big thing, right? So we can bring back God into human society, can become a God-centered human society. That is the business of Varnashrama. And that can be done again in this society. We can all chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are running all these centers, we are running communities, we have agriculture, we have cow protection, and all these things can become communities, and each one of these classes of people, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, can play their roles, and they can directly serve the Lord, and they'll be looked after within the community. They'll get their roti, kapda, makan, and they will remain controlled. They will remain within the boundaries of proper human society. And in this way, we can live happy lives and go back to God. This is Prabhupada's, vision in the future for Krishna consciousness. That parallel is being drawn up here very nicely. And we should understand that this is a technical structuring of human society. And who did it? And people were living, they were civilized, they were called Aryans, because Aryan means a civilized man. And they were living in society according to these rules and regulations, and society was very prosperous. Mostly, it was very well ruled by wonderful Raja Rishis who followed these Varnashrama rules and regulations. But in Kali Yuga, it's become increasingly difficult. And therefore, International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been formed by Prabhupada, which is like a substitute for the Varnashrama system, which is, denigrated itself and become a caste system and going now even lower than that. ISKCON will teach people how to live in Kali Yuga using the same principles, but doing everything as per what Krishna has mentioned, dovetailing it nicely. So I will end here. This is the sum and substance of this nice analogy that's been drawn up. And you may ask me questions like, you may ask, most probably say things like, are we doing Varnashrama now in ISKCON? Are we following Varnashrama like that? Yes, that's our ideal, and that we should be doing gradually. We are only about 60 to 70 years old now, and gradually these changes have to be brought about. There are lots of things to do, and we should all get together and contribute to this. It's not just about ISKCON and not just about a movement. It's about people of the world. They have to learn how to live with God in the center. And this is a process. And it can be done, instituted, and human society will flourish. People will be happy. They'll become Krishna conscious, leave this world to go back to Godhead. This is the system and structure, which is very similar to Varnashrama with a few tweaks in it. That is Prabhupada's way of bringing in the Varnashrama, Daiva Varnashrama system. So I urge all of you to look in that direction. And you have children, you have family members, you become part of the community of ISKCON wherever you are, and take part in making yourself Krishna conscious, making a family Krishna conscious, making your relatives Krishna conscious, your neighbors, your acquaintances, everybody. They can be sharing in Krishna consciousness, become part of the community. And we become a large family. A large family. You have no parochial loyalty only to your family members. You have many family members, and they will all look after you, you look after them. And there is an amazing synergy, amazing dynamism in that, which cannot be replaced by any artificial society. Why? Because it's powered by Krishna in the center. It's powered by Krishna in the center, right? So Prabhupada said this is very powerful, the chanting of the holy name, devotional service to Krishna, and lay back the principles of Varnashrama on it. This is Daiva Varnashrama. So we should try to do that, especially Grihasthas. to try to contribute to establish communities. So their children are safe, their family members are safe, everybody is looked after in a spiritual atmosphere, in a devotional atmosphere of service to Krishna. And it's a, help each other society. And people are happy to help because it is service to another Vaishnava, and I like to do it. So there's no dearth of relationship. The relationships are very rich, and everybody feels contented, happy, and they're serving Krishna peacefully. So material life is taken care of quite a bit. All these small things. But today you will see in society, for every small thing, they have anxiety. They can't sleep properly. They can't eat properly. They don't know how to look after their body properly. They are alone. Although they are married with children and all that, the children don't stay with them. The wife is not with them. The husband is not with them. They get together online. Even if they are in the same house, they don't talk to each other. They send messages on the phone, and they just don't like each other so much. It's very pathetic. It's very pathetic. Most people are finding it extremely difficult to live a peaceful life. And they all become lonely. Everybody is becoming lonely and lonely. They sit with their phones. And there are so many single mothers now. I keep on hearing that. So-and-so person did this, so-and-so person divorced, so-and-so person has got a drunkard husband, and so she has left him, and she's managing with a job. And life becomes extremely difficult in Kali Yuga if you don't chant Hare Krishna and be part of the community, Krishna conscious community. So I think we should think about it very seriously. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? Any question or
Maharaj, I
comment?
have a question. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Maharaj, my question is, if we are trying to pursue something in our life, to achieve something, if we see the failures, and if we see the failures, what kind of mentality we should have? We should have the mentality like, okay, this is our karma, so try, we should not try to do it again, or try to achieve the things again, or else we need to face the challenges as a we need to face the failures as a challenges to overcome from it. So recently I could see some failures which I pursue something in my life. So what kind of mentality I should have? I should take it as a karma, or how to handle the situation and how to overcome from the failure, Maharaj?
Well, it's a very interesting practical question you've asked. In relation with today's topic, actually, it's not that everybody is very successful all the time. It's not that you will not have failures. Failures are there, but if you have a foundational grounding of Krishna consciousness, those failures are seen in a completely different light by you. You don't see it as a failure. You see it as a very interesting lesson that I can learn on how to shape myself a little bit and move ahead with life. Now I've learned something. Failures are pillars to success. You heard that saying. So people learn more when they fail. I don't want to give a class on failure to success now, but that is one way of looking at it. The other way is a devotee who's already got a grounding in Krishna consciousness. If he has a material failure, he actually sets to analyze it materially what happened, and then spiritually what happened, due to which reason it's a failure. Is it my karma and that I have to face this? He analyzes this properly. Even if it is his karma, it is inevitable. He will utilize his grounding Krishna consciousness to not get affected so much by what has happened, but to remain above it by a spiritual knowledge and by a spiritual practice. But if you don't have a grounding principle of Krishna consciousness and a spiritual practice, you will really get lost. The failure will drown you. Some people go commit suicide. They want to live anymore. They complicate their failures even more. Suicide only complicates your failure and makes you doubly failure. So, right? So they don't know how to do things. Therefore, it's very, very important to have spiritual grounding. That's why you should seek a mentor, guru, and talk to him, conduct yourself according to him, gain knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita, discuss it, and analyze the problem. Right? You should, you have problem solving learning nowadays, PSL or something like that. You take case histories and problems you have and study it in the light of the Bhagavad Gita, the light of things that happened in the Mahabharata. It's not filled with all successes, so many failures. Why Ashwatthama failed, although he was a great Dronacharya's son? He made mistakes. How Arjuna was saved from failure by Krishna being next to him and telling him what to do. Otherwise, he would have also been a failure because he decided to leave the war and go. Right? But he had the mentor, Krishna. Krishna became his guru. Sishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapannam. He approached Krishna and said, accept me as a Sishya. All these days I've been your good friend. But now I need strong instructions, what to do, what not to do. So Krishna became guru, spoke Bhagavad Gita to him. And he listened to that and acted according to that and became very successful. Became very successful. So you should, number one, take good advice from a devotee, senior, mentor. You should enhance your spiritual practices. You should give it a good analysis from your sides, why this happened. What's the reason for it? And if you've concluded that it's because of karma, this is okay, I'll take it. I'm not able to do anything much. It's my karma, I've analyzed it. I've tried this, tried that, it doesn't work. So let me digest it. I'll chant, I'll read, I'll associate with devotees and discuss this and get strength to face it. These are realities of life. That's what happened to Arjuna on the battlefield. He did it. And there's no quick fix solution. But you have to face it and you have to do it the right way. For that you need mentorship, you need guru, and you're fortunate. You're in the right group and you can do it. Utilize the resources. Okay? Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sorry for calling you a little early today. There's Julan Yatra that I need to go to now. Thank you. Happy Julan Yatra. Happy meditation on Krishna's wonderful pastimes with the gopis and with Radha. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat.